Hi everyone, I am back again, and this is a bit of an addendum to the last video that I did. And what I'm going to show you is this is what had to be cut out of the original fender. This is the original C6 to C2 fender, but it's done in fiberglass, and we wanted to switch everything to carbon fiber, and we wanted to put the fender flares on. So in order to fit the fender flares, all of this area right here had to be cut off of the original fender in order to allow that fender flare to fit, because it comes in at a flat here and then comes up. So we had to make room so that that flat area would work. And so all of this interfered with that. So I had to go in and cut all of that away. Now the fender flare that you saw inside that is made out of carbon fiber also had to have this area cut away. So that's what's going on. What happened is, let's see, the fender that was there, this came down, had a lip that came down here and went and connected this to this to this. And what happened was it was too close to the tire. If I would have put the fender flare on it and this came flat across, it actually would have hit the tire. So by doing this, it gave me room to have the fender flare come like this and get the curve exactly like I wanted. Same thing here. It would have caused a bad interference area. So I kept just slowly trimming this away until I got the fender flare to fit on like I wanted. All right, so I just wanted to update you and let you know that, hey, this is why we're doing all of this, because it required a lot more modification than you would think just to stick a fender flare on. We couldn't just take a generic fender flare and put it on, because it would not have fit our theme. All right, and while we're here, here is the back fender flare. And luckily, it was a whole lot easier to do because the body seam right here, body feature, is above the fender flare. So after I did this one, I went, well, how come I had to spend so much time trying to get that front one correct? This one almost fit. I think I had to make a little bit of modification, but not a lot to it, to get it to work. And so I thought, oh, well, I'll just go and do exactly like I did with the front one. And so I went up here and tried to do it, and then I remembered this is why it's 10 times harder, is trying to get this body seam to mold into the fender flare and then come back out and all of it look right. All right, so anyway, my goal is to show you some of the challenges that you may not realize, that this stuff is not as easy as it looks. While we're here, let me show you. What we have is, this is all of the C2. So we actually did the whole front end off of the C2, or not the whole front, but let's say the driver's side half of the C2 in carbon fiber. Then we had a problem that it just was very, very difficult to get all of this to mold together. And what it is the C6 to C2 has a more drastic curve in here. And we liked the drastic curve. We probably should have just lived with what was here, but we didn't. So this is what's caused all the work, is deciding that we wanted the more drastic curve. If you look, you can see that here is the actual C2 curve of the fender lip, and there's a gap. I can stick my finger in there. So on the C6 to C2, this is more drastic. It comes in sharper and curves out sharper. And you can see the same thing here. You can see there's a gap right there. I can stick my finger in, and the difference between the way the fenders are shaped. They're close, but they're slightly different, subtly different. And like idiots, we decided, no, we definitely want the C6 curve because it's more dramatic. In hindsight, we probably should have just done the C2 and been done with it. We could have been done with this part of it a month ago if we'd done that. But hindsight 2020 and all that, and the end result's going to be more like what we want. So we got what we wanted. It just took a lot more work. All right, that's all I've got. So like, subscribe, hit the alert, hit the thanks, and if you don't like what we're doing, you don't know Jack. Bye.